I wanted to talk about our body systems, like what are the human body is made up of, like all the systems, like the immune system, digestive system, respiratory system. Well, they can be compared to like sentences and writing in a funny way. Well, in, in our human bodies, we can start with the basic unit of structure and function, which is the cell. And, and what is the basic unit that makes up writing? Well, it's letters. We have different languages, which we have different letters, different words and stuff, but the basic unit is letters. Now, and going back to the human body, now we can take the cell, combine it together into units, and we get different tissues that make up our body. And what's the next level up in language? Well, it's words. We combine letters together to get words, and just like we combine cells together to get tissues. And now it's the combination of how many letters you have as well as what each letter are that determines what words you have. Those are the factors that make up the word that you have. Just like the same thing could be said for the cell. It's a combination of the two factors of how many cells and what kinds of cells you have that make up the tissue. And the next level up would be tissues. I mean, no, it'd be organs. We combine tissues together to get organs, like our heart, spleen, brain, kidneys, muscles, and what would be the next level up in here would be sentences. We combine together the words to make sentences, and just like it's a combination of how many letters and what each letter is that makes up words. It's a combination of how many words you have and what kinds of words are that make up what sentences you have. And you could say the same thing here. And going up another level here is the organ systems. We combine organs together to get systems such as respiratory system, immune system, your nervous system, and it's composed of all these things below. Each of these levels has the things below it. It's composed of those things, but you couldn't say the opposite, that this is composed of the things above it. No, it only goes this way down, and the other level up, the next level up here would be paragraphs. I know I have sloppy handwriting, but what are you gonna do? So, and I just think that's kind of a funny comparison about between the human body and the languages. How we can take one idea, combine it, get the next level up, and then combine the ideas in that level and get the next level, and this is what makes up the humans, us as humans. It's both like our body systems and our language. It's all just at different levels, and and anything out there you can talk about the different levels that make it up. Like for example, like a ship on the sea, like it has its individual compartments that make it work together, and you can combine those compartments together to get new parts, and then even combine those parts to get new parts and make it all function. Or let's take an engine, for example. Like we get the atoms of different metals out there to combine together to make different parts of the engine, such as like the bulk of the engine, the piston chamber, the spark plugs, and then we can, so we get the engine, and we can combine that and other parts together, such as the body of the car, the seats, the electrical system, cooling system, the radio system, the camshaft, all of those parts, and many other parts. I'm not an auto mechanic, but you can combine those parts together to get a car. I'm just saying that everything in life, it's got its subdivisions, its parts that make it up, and can go into the parts that are made up of those parts in turn.